All right, what I decided to do, Colin had just asked if I'd give you the payroll example, so I just sent all of them to you, so you now have them. All right? All right. Let's take a look at Chapter 8. That's 9, so that's way too far. All right, were there any here on Chapter 8 that people saw that you'd like me to go over? I can go over a couple of these and assign 2 of them again.
Number 6.
Number 6. Write a program that eliminates the repetitive code that we did in the 5th program. Rewrite it so it contains only 2 statements. Well, then you have to do 5 too. Create a program named bonus calculation that includes 2 overloaded methods, one that accepts a salary and a bonus expressed as doubles, and one that expresses the salary as a double and the bonus as an integer. That sounds all right. All right. Create a program named bonus calculation that includes 2 overloaded methods. One that accepts a salary and a bonus expressed as doubles, so double for both, and one that accepts a salary as a double and a bonus as an integer. Each method should display the salary, the bonus in dollars, and the total. Okay, doesn't sound too bad. So let's do this. We'll call this display salary and bonus. Now, I'm going to change this quite a bit, but just so you see it. And bonus. All right. There's stuff that's going to have to be added to that, but we'll do that in a minute. All right. So the first one will return. They'll both return. I think that should work if we make them both return a double. And one will have double salary, double bonus, no, that's not right. I do want that all down here. Yeah, no, it's because I didn't return anything. You're right, that too, though. All right. And I'm going to copy this. Again, this is going to undergo massive changes as we go on. And this bonus here is an int. Now the first thing I have to do, I'm going to put some comments in here. Oops, not like that. Salary. Bonus, and that's the one that's a double. This will be bonus, and that'll be an integer. So we'll have to read those in. Please enter your salary. Salary equals convert dot to double. Read line. There's too many parentheses. I didn't hear what you said, I'm sorry. This one? Yes, it should. Thank you. All right, so please enter your salary. That'll be the salary. Please enter your bonus. We'll say bonus as a double. This will be bonus, double. All right, I'm going to put all this stuff together. Please enter your salary. Please enter your bonus as an integer. All right, and what are we supposed to do in here? We're supposed to add these two. Each method should display the salary, the bonus, the dollars, and the total. Okay. Oh, so we're displaying it in the methods, so we don't have to even do this. Display. This can be a void. This can be a void. So so that's the first one. Let me try it and see if it works. And I didn't put the read lines in, so let me just get rid of that. Please enter your salary, $1,000. Let's say $1,000.43. Please enter your bonus as a double, $34.56. All right, there's the salary, there's the bonus, 1,000. Looks like that works, correct? As far as I can tell. All right, please enter your salary, $2,000. Please enter your bonus as an integer, 50. Okay, it's not adding, it doesn't have the bonus correct for that one. I have to fix that. Everything else looks like it works. Doesn't like the currency conversion on an integer. Well, let's see if it's, I think it's the C here that's goofing it up, so let's see if that is. Why doesn't it like that bonus? Oh, geez. That's it. All right, so taking it from the top. This is main, okay? So we created a salary that's a double. We created a bonus that was of type double, and we created a bonus that was of type integer. All right? Then I said, enter your salary, and I converted it to a double. Then I said, enter your bonus as a double, and I converted that to a double. So now I should have two variables, one called salary, one called bonus double, that should both hold doubles. That make sense? Then I call display salary and bonus, and I pass those two in. We'll get to that routine in just a minute. This routine, this is exactly the same as what's up here, except we're converting this one to an integer because it's bonus integer, but other than that, it's the same. Does all that make sense? Okay. These two routines are the same. In fact, I could have called the same, almost the same routine, except this one's expecting a double and that one's expecting an int. That's what's different between them. And I could have created another variable here, but I just added the two variables in together, the salary and the bonus. So again, here is main. Main had three variables: salary, bonus double, bonus integer. Then we asked the user to enter their salary, which we converted to a double. Then we asked them to enter their bonus as a double, which we converted to a double. Then we called the routine, but we called the routine where we passed in a double and a double. So that was calling this one. Then we repeated the same code. Double, but here we asked for the bonus to be an integer. So when we call this one, it's going to look for a routine called display salary and bonus with a double followed by an integer. So it says not that one, it is this one. And we'll do the other part of it in just a second. So that's main right there. Does main make sense? Questions on main? And again, you can tell, I'm doing these off the top of my head. So if you were doing them, or if you'd done those, let's say Amin, he asked a question, let's say he did this and he said, I did that one, I didn't do it this way and mine works. His might be, very well might be better than mine. All right? And then the routines themselves are here. They're basically the exact same routine, except one is expecting a double and one is expecting a double and an int. Other than that, other than this line right here, other than that line in line 49 and line 57, where one has double bonus and one has int bonus, these four lines right here and these four lines right here are identical to one another. That's an example of me writing overloaded methods that are the same, other than the type of variable that's being passed in. But they don't have to be. They could have been totally different and just being given the same name. All right?
In main, are you supposed to have double total 1 equals to split?
No, I got rid of those because I displayed them right inside of here. So, we could have put them in here too and then passed that back. But I just changed it so they were both voids. Because it said here, it said, each method should display the salary, the bonus in dollars, and the total. So I did it inside the method. I thought that's what they were asking for. And then include a main that demonstrates each method. So that is this call here and this call here. Again, I'm not that concerned with you typing all this in. What I'm more concerned with is, does what's going on here make sense to people? All right, that's the more important part. And if you said no, well, then you might want to go back and watch this, or go back and try it yourselves. Because this is the third tape. The first one was almost an hour long, and it was on those 4 problems that we did, the 4 payroll ones that we did. Then I went on and did some from Chapter 7, and now we're doing some from Chapter 8. But it's one thing for you to key this in and get it to work. It's another thing for you to key it in and get it to work and understand what the heck is going on. There's a big difference between those two. All right? Because you are going to be expected to be able to do this on Wednesday. So I'd say if nothing else, tomorrow work on the other ones that we assign from here, and also try a couple, all the ones that are assigned, and if you get extra time, try some of the ones, even key in some of the ones that are in the book. Now, if you notice, this may confuse you, but this line right here, that works. Even though it says :C, that should always be 0.00. Does that make sense? Because we're passing in a whole number. All right. That's just formatting right there. That :C, that's why I didn't realize at first why that wasn't working. For Chapter 9, we're going to go back, and 9 and 10, we're going to go and we're going to use this payroll program again, but we're going to add classes to it, because that's what 9 and 10 are on. All right. So the second part of this, so I'm going to take this whole program, I'm going to save it, I'm going to do a file close solution, and I'm going to grab this thing that we just did. Of course, I don't know where I saved it to now, but is that incomplete? Payroll 1, no. Well, we'll find it. I'm going to start up a new project here. In fact, let's do this. I'm going to open up the project that we just had so I can see where I saved it to. That was it, right? Bonus calculation? Okay, so I put that in the payroll thing also. That's fine. So I want to copy this, paste, and I'm going to just call it bonus calculation 2. All right, so for the question that Amin asked about, it was the next number on here, and that was write a program named input method demo 2 that eliminates the repetitive code from the input method program and that's figure 8.5. Oh, okay. I did problem 5 and it was figure 8.5. Well, so that's one of the ones. We'll do this one. Figure 828, so that's got to be back a ways. It's too far. $16, $13, $8.5. All right, this is the program that they had for figure 8.5. Let me grab this whole thing here. Oops. copy that to the clipboard, and I'm gonna put that in here. Lovely. No, I have to fix that. So they want us to take this program right here, and they want us to eliminate the code that's duplicative. Notice we've got enter first integer, read line, enter second integer, read line, convert the first one, read line, convert the second one, read line. All that makes sense? All right. So we're calling input method, and we're passing in first, and we're passing in second. So let's just see exactly what that has in there. Wonder if I copy it like that, if it'll keep the formatting. No, of course not. I'm going to copy their whole program here and start with that. So that's screwed up. Solution. Project. All right. This was called input. Oops. This was called input method demo. So input method demo. All right. I'm grabbing all of the code that they have in here, and I'm removing it. And I'm replacing it with what was in the book. Right there. All right, so I've got that. Those are our two inputs. If you're going to use an out parameter, you have to assign that first. No, you don't have to. The output parameter to must be assigned to before control leaves the current method. Okay, we'll fix that. All right, so input right after input first is and second is. Okay. think that's everything. We'll come back and look at it in just a second. Let me run this and see if it works. Enter first integer, 23. Enter second integer, 45. Enter second integer, 45. Well, that didn't look right. Oh, there we go. We do have this. Don't need this. Don't need this. There. More of that. And we need a read line here. Looks like it works. Okay. We haven't changed it yet, so let's look at this. All I did here was I copied in the stuff that the author had. That's it. All right? And I don't even have that here. Why did that still work? This is again, this is oh, I've got it in there. I did have it. This is again taken right from the book. So that's this. So if you're wondering what the heck is he doing, that's page 316 of the book. This is a complete program right there. So what I did was I took the whole complete program and copied it in, but when it copied in, it screwed up the formatting. So I fixed it up a little bit. Oops. So that's main. I'll leave that up there for a second. That's main. Like this better, like this. N. Yeah, right. Again, it's the same thing that's on page 316 in the book. I haven't changed it yet, all right? You remember what an out parameter is? Right now, I'm asking you this question. Right here. When we call input method and we pass first and we pass second, what value does the first and second have? Sort of a trick question because it doesn't have a value. Without parameters, you don't have to give them a value, all right, before you pass them to a routine. They will be changed, so I have to change first and second. I have to change them in this routine. They're now called 1 and 2. If that confuses you, go back and call them first and call them second. It's not a problem. Then this becomes first, and this one becomes second. If that's easier for you, do it that way. All right? It's going to give you the same result either way. But there is repetitive code in here. Enter first integer, enter second, etc., etc. I think that's what the author is saying. Let's run it one more time, make sure I didn't break it. All right. First is 23 and the second is 45. I'll put a blank space in there after that one. There. All right. So again, you can just copy in exactly the way it was in the book on page 316, and you're fine. So what this says in the book, remember what page that was on. All right. So these are our requirements that are in here. Copy this. So write a program named input demo 2, mine isn't, it's input demo, but that's fine, that eliminates the repetitive code in the one that's in the figure. All right. Rewrite the program so that input method contains only 2 statements. Those 2 statements. All right. So we're supposed to change it so it looks like this. Does that make sense? All right. In fact, let's do it like this. I'll keep the original one. So I've got everything that's in here. That's the original one. So I'm going to close the solution. I'm going to come back into here. In fact, I know where that is. That's payroll class. All right. So now we've got input method demo. I'm going to copy this and paste it, and it's going to now become input method demo 2. All right. It's still going to have the name input method demo in there because I just made a copy, but that's fine. So now I've got my copy, and I want to change the input method so it looks like this. So this whole thing has got to change so that it looks like that. All right. All right. Data entry. So I've got to write another routine called data entry. Okay. Rewrite the program. Yeah. Private, static, void, data entry, and that's going to have a string in it. And here it's going to have to say first, and here it's going to have to say second. Let's call it position. And it's going to have to return a string. So let's see, and it's going to have to be passed in this, or it's going to have to be passed in that. So what is this supposed to say again? Enter first integer or enter second integer. Okay? That's it. Let me make sure it works. All right. Okay, looks like it works. So taking it from the top, all right, here's main. First and second, what they wanted us to change, so this is exactly the same. I don't think this has changed. It's the same main. This one they wanted us to change to get rid of the duplicative code. So they wanted the input method to only have these two lines. What that meant was we had to call a method called data entry. Since we're passing in a string here and we're passing in a string here, data entry must accept a string. Okay? And since we want the result of this data entry to be stuffed into 1 or to stuffed into 2, and those are both ints, it has to return an int. That's the whole thing. I don't know, I never understand this. I always say that if I were to write a book like this, I would try to give you examples that were straightforward. This, to me, they're very confusing. All right? I don't know why she did it like that, but she did. I try to strive for when you have things on the test, you know exactly what it is I'm asking you to do, and there's nothing in there. It's like, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? So what, those were numbers for chapter 8. That was 5 and 6. I'll bring this right back in just a second. No, I forgot what page that was on. Why, I gotta pay better attention here. All right, so that was 5 we just did, and 6 we did. I like 7. So the other ones that I'll assign will be 7. And let's see. That's way too much. We'll do number 10. Program called Movie. So again, from chapter 7, you'll do 4, 5, 6, and 8. And from chapter 8, you'll do 5, 6, 7, and 10. And I'll leave that up there. And we've already done, out of these 8, we've done 4 of them already. And I'll put this back up there, so if you want that, you can have it. And tomorrow then will be lab for the entire period. And Wednesday will be the hands-on test for chapters 7 and 8. All that makes sense? Thursday we'll start on chapter 9. We should be able, that'll be a longer lecture, sorry. And then Friday we'll go through an example, a payroll example for chapter 9. All right? Remember, no class a week from today. School's closed, President's Day. Does everybody who needs this have it? I'll go back to Maine in case you missed any of the stuff that was in Maine. Valerie, you want to take the test? Okay. Chapter 7. Go down on this? Yeah. 8, 5, 6, 7, and 10. Does anybody need any of the other ones brought up, that you missed part of it or whatever? And unless anybody has a problem with it, that's what we'll do, we will do it from now on. We'll do 1 or 2 as a class, and then I'll assign 1 or 2. All right, and we're gonna do that next semester too. And the following semester for that matter.